Hooey! Welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a pre-fight show for Silva versus Bisping, UFC Fight Night in London, England. So it's pre-fight of the main card. I will do a rundown of the main card fights, give my predictions, and yeah, this will be a quick, straight to the point episode, so let's get started. So the main event is a middleweight clash, 5-rounder, Michael the Count Bisping versus Anderson the Spider Silva, which some consider the greatest of all time. Me and Michael Bisping tend to have a different opinion on that. Yeah, so I am picking Michael Bisping by knockout in the second round. I think there's some feeling out process in the first round, and I think Anderson Silva will be a little hesitant to strike due to his busted up leg when it got broken in the Chris Weidman rematch. So his kicking won't be quite there. He'll be afraid to do that, and so he's going to make Anderson Silva will probably try to make this into a boxing match and bait Michael Bisping. And Michael Bisping's been kickboxing for a really long time, and he will throw leg kicks, which will slow down Anderson Silva. Then he will look for the knockout, and I think Anderson Silva can be knocked out again. And Michael Bisping is a guy that can do it. He has the hometown crowd backing him up, and it'll be a different experience for Anderson Silva, who won't be fighting in Brazil or in Vegas, where there's going to be a lot of Brazilians in attendance. I'm sure there will still be Brazilians in attendance cheering for him in this one, but not as many, with London being as far away as it is. So Michael Bisping will have a home field advantage. He's less banged up. He's looking, I wouldn't say better than ever, but he's looking better than the usual right now. Anderson Silva has had a long layoff, and he's had a lot of wear and tear, and there's the mind game of Michael Bisping that tends to play in favor a lot for Michael Bisping. So I think Michael Bisping's not afraid of Anderson Silva, and that's a good thing, and it will help out Michael Bisping get that second round KO. I could picture it getting the clinch and then landing some uppercuts in the clinch with Michael Bisping, and then finishing it with some good lefts and maybe some right hooks, en route to a knockout second round for Michael the Count Bisping. Then also in the middleweight division, we have Gegard Mousasi versus Tally's Ladies. Now this one I went back and forth on. I really kind of feel like Tally's Ladies could win this, but a lot of people were picking Gegard Mousasi, and I thought about it. Well, Gegard Mousasi is a way better striker, and this could be a stand-up war, and I think it will be. I think Gegard Mousasi's takedown defense is really good, and Tally's Ladies' best chance at winning this fight is by getting a takedown and getting a submission early on. But I mean, Gegard Mousasi has cardio for days. He's still fairly young, even though he's had a lot of fights. He's not that old of a fighter, and he has cardio for days. And this isn't a 5-round fight. This is a 3-round fight and co-main event. And Gegard Mousasi, I am picking by first round knockout KO. I think he will use his speed and his quick hands and his footwork, and throw some leg kicks early on, and then look for the boxing to knock out Tally's Ladies. But I'm only giving Gegard Mousasi a 51% chance of winning this fight. I think Tally's Ladies could win this by decision if he does get takedowns in round 2 and 3. And then if he goes for submissions, Tally's Ladies could get a submission in the third round. If not, if he doesn't get that submission in the third round, then at the very least he could win a 29-28 unanimous decision. So I'll give Tally's Ladies 49% chance of winning this fight. This one's close, so if I were a betting man, I would not bet on this fight. Yeah, then in the welterweight division, we have Tom Breeze versus Nakamura versus, that's, how do you say that? Keita Nakamura, yeah. Keita Nakamura, he's a good welterweight experience, but he hasn't fought the likes of Tom Breeze. Tom Breeze is he's a top prospect to look out for in this welterweight division. He's had some explosive, exciting fights in the UFC, and he's a top prospect, and I'm picking Tom Breeze. I think the Tom Breeze hype train moves forward in this fight. I think Tom Breeze wins by decision unanimous on this one. He just dominates each and every round. Yeah, and that's that. Yeah, then in the bantamweight division, we have Francisco Rivera versus Brad Pickett. And yeah, I went kind of back and forth on this one because both have been having their hits and misses in the octagon as of late. But I'll go with Rivera on this one. I think he's just just well-rounded fighter, and Brad Pickett, Brad Pickett could be knocked out. I think if Brad Pickett, I mean, Francisco Rivera is the kind of guy that could knock out Brad Pickett, but I don't think he will. I think this goes by decision. I think it's 29-28. Unanimous decision win for Francisco Rivera. I can see Brad Pickett possibly winning the first round and Rivera struggling in the first round, but then regathering himself in the second, third round and dominating on strikes and maybe a takedown or two, which those takedown or twos I don't think will do a whole lot, but they'll win them points in the second and third rounds if it goes the distance, and thus en route to a unanimous decision win for Francisco Rivera. And he has a good training camp behind him to show him all that stuff. So there you have it. There's my pre-fight show for UFC Fight Night, Bisping versus Silva versus Bisping versus Silva, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there's some good prelims on this one, so watch the whole card. It's live and exclusive on Fight Pass this Saturday. So until then, oh yeah, and stay tuned for my next episode, which will be a post-fight for this card. So until then, see ya.